I'd like to pick your brains a little bit about the class itself at Columbia. So, what is the class profile like? Were there a lot of freshers, people with a lot of work experience, other nationalities? How was the mix, and what is the class size typically?
Uh, I would say I remember 200 to 300 people joining in the cohort. If
Okay.
I'm not fully sure,
Hmm.
but it was pretty diverse, and you see a lot of people with I've heard of people with 3 to 5 years of experience come in as well, and then I knew people who had come straight out of college, and there was diversity, people coming in from different nationalities, but a lot of the majority is Indians and Chinese, as is most of the MSCS programs.
Hmm.
And in terms of universities as well, so it wasn't just that I was the only lucky one from a tier two college to come in, right? There were people with a lot of varied background. So even people from the world of finance, people from entrepreneurial background. So they try to have a very good balance and inclusive cohort when it comes to that. So I know people from IITs, and I know people who are not from tier two, who are from local colleges. And I know people who are from great MNCs, and I know people who are from startups, and so it's very well balanced, I would say.
It's all about how you align your story to your goals, right? And that's what a lot of these top
Yeah,
tier universities are open to. I think you have to stay true to your story. And thanks so much for
yeah,
reiterating that. Sham, I want to go now through your time, during the program, right? How was the style of teaching, the exposure, your time on campus? What were some things that you enjoyed and some things that really stood out for you?
yeah. I think the style of teaching is like spot on. Like that is one thing that definitely stands out. The professor, and I can only say this with comparison with my previous experience, right, at my undergrad, and it will differ for everyone. But the professors at Columbia are just, or any big top tier university in US, they're built different. They're really passionate about what they're teaching. They they're up to date with what is going on in the world, and they're very likely actively researching or have done a lot of substantial research in their own field. And that's why when you're building fundamentals, that really happens well. Like I personally feel like my fundamentals of algorithms and data structures was built at Columbia rather than my 5 years of previous computer science experience, because I just delved into the like the I worked with people who wrote books and were teaching using their own books. So the professors over there, they they really get into the crux of things, and they focus on that. They don't digress too much, and that makes you understand things and practically apply them as well. So the problem state, most of the courses don't have final exams. It's mostly your assignments and projects and some quizzes here and there. And those assignments take you a lot of time. And yeah, even though you can take help from the internet, you're not going to be able to solve it right uh, by finding an answer somewhere. You're going to get motivation and information from the internet to understand something, and then you will have to sit and solve it. So, more than the number of hours you spend in class, you spend time on your assignments and working with peer groups. Uh, so that is a great experience when it comes to courses. The variety of courses is pretty good. For a master's program, it's a bit limited, given that you just have to do 10 courses, and then there's some fundamental base courses you need to take, and there's limitations on who offers what course and all. But if you plan things correctly as much as you can, you learn about what kind of professors are offering what courses. Uh, there's the incremental learning curve to your program, and there's one course after the other you can take, which can help you build more and more in-depth knowledge about that. And yeah, and another interesting thing is that, and this is common in, I think, IITs, but I hadn't seen that, is that courses can be taken by anyone. So my course had people from bachelor's, from master's, from PhD. So it's not, so the cohort that you start with is not the cohort you end with. Anyone can graduate at any time. You can take any courses. You may or may not see each other ever again in your program, and you make friends, you learn from other people, you make connections with other PhD students, bachelor students, and yeah, that's a really wonderful experience to have.
And that almost seamlessly blends into my next question, right? Because I interact with students on an everyday basis with queries, right? How much am I going to get paid, and what are the starting salaries, and what are the placement rates? And
Yeah,
increasingly so in recent years, it has become very transactional, right? The decision to do a
yeah,
master's degree. I've invested so much, so how much am I going to earn for how long?
right,
For the next 3 4 years, and which is fair. It's big money that all students are putting on
right.
their master's degree, and I'll get to that part, subsequently. But at the risk of perhaps putting words in your mouth, and you can shoot me down if you wish, do you believe that you become a better rounded professional or computer scientist that can succeed in a variety of scenarios through that education at this fantastic university, or do you believe it's still work in progress and other things that have to work out?
I think it's all about your mentality. So I've seen a lot of people who complain about programs and complain about masters and talk about this transactional details, right? But it's all about how much can you take out of it. The university has a million things to offer, and if you just sit in your class, if sit in your room, attend classes, do your assignments, be disappointed by not getting some class, or not being rigorous enough, or not getting a chance to do this or that. You That negative mentality is going to make you upset about everything moving on. Even at work, you're going to go ahead into that. And I've seen that happening to people. So people who take this journey with a positive mindset, like I said, you have to have a tier two university mentality when you go to anywhere. You have to be hungry to look for opportunities and go ahead and grab them. So any kind of networking event that happens, any specific opportunity to interact with professors, to work with someone. Uh, if you participate in all of that, it adds up. It builds this overall profile. Uh, it builds a personality. It makes you more confident. It makes your problem solving skills better. When you so I, because I would give an example. Most of the people around me were Indians, right? So if you always team up with Indians in projects and different assignments, then I'm replicating what I have done in my undergrad. So in one of the courses, I made an extra effort to actually participate with someone who's not an Indian. And it's not, I mean, it may sound shallow, but it was a task I put up on myself because I wanted to learn how to be multicultural and inclusive and understand other people's mindsets towards a particular project and course. And that really helped me communicate with people better, understand and work, and made my communication better as well, right? Like I wasn't communicating in a comfortable manner in my own language with someone. And all of those little things help you in the corporate world, because you're going to work with a different set of people. So the university certainly offers you so many avenues to grow. You can take up leadership positions, you can participate in nonprofit organizations, you can participate in career fairs. There are so many clubs that are cultural and technical, and you can do tons of things, and you just need to identify, analyze, and then grab that opportunity. And yeah, it absolutely helps shape you as a better individual moving forward in your career.
Yeah, and it's a once in a lifetime experience that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And like you said, I just wish more folks understood that and appreciated that.
If you watched this video until this point, I'm sure you liked it. Why don't you subscribe?